stayed up all night to watch Tom Brady's VOD, and then I recorded it. I went to bed and I left OBS open and recorded it because I have a feeling it might not be around forever on Twitch. Considering what happened. Oh damn, it's a scarlet knife I already have. I can buy easy fatality tokens, huh? I mean, I might as well, right? But yeah, considering how that night went, I assume that Tom will take it off of Twitch. So I wanted to save it, so I left it up, and then I ended up sleeping in really late, so I accidentally recorded like 11 and a half hours of Tom Brady's stream, which is more than anyone could ever need. But that's what I did. What happened? I will tell you all about it, but not now. I'll tell you a little bit later. Because this is definitely a story that I don't want to have to start over like 5 times, you know what I mean? So we'll see if people feel like coming by tonight. We can always talk about it another night, in the event that it ends up being... How does Sonic Fox... do this so fast? I don't understand. Like, when you watch Sonic Fox's gameplay, one of the most impressive things is their movement, you know? They have such an incredible control over the characters in this game. And I have no idea how they are able to do it so well. The jump bug in Soul Calibur or in this game? I guess I could try practicing. They said they did fix it. It was so funny. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I promise. We're not gonna talk about it right now, but we will talk about it tonight. Assuming that, you know, there are enough people here. And if there aren't enough people here, I guess we'll just talk about it anyway. Whatever. But yeah, that was real good. I think it's out on some platforms. Perhaps it's just not out on the platform that you're playing on. I mean, honestly, what Sonic Fox did wasn't that impressive. However, the presentation was what really made it, you know what I mean? Just like is so often the case with Sonic Fox, the most impressive thing is just the confidence with which they present themselves, right? Because basically everyone in the chat already knew what Sonic Fox was saying. So Tom Brady was kinda already, you know, screwed, right? It's not like Sonic Fox got him to, like, you know, admit anything incredibly stunning that everyone else didn't already see. But it's just how they did it, right? They really went full Phoenix Wright. Like, it was, you could not have a good time watching it. I honestly had to pause the VOD a few times just because it was pretty hard to get through. Like, I felt secondhand embarrassment for Tom Brady, you know what I mean? On your own stream? Hey, Sire, don't worry. I thought you liked this game again. What about Sindel? It was truly a sight to behold. And we will talk about it, because I did watch the VOD. I watched the whole thing. Only Sindel? I see. So I think I fixed the problem with the frame drops. So hopefully, because the last couple days the stream has been dropping frames like really consistently, and I think I know what that is about. So I'm pretty sure I fixed that. I cannot guarantee that I fixed my computer crashing out of nowhere problem, which it's been doing again. But you know, you're too busy grinding ranked to play Mortal Kombat. Soul Calibur ranked, I presume? How's that going? I saw Amy Lionheart made it to S rank, which is pretty funny. I remember through all of Season 1, she was having an existential crisis because she wanted so badly to be like B1 or A5. And she just couldn't quite seem to make it happen. But now, in Season 2, she was S before Season 2. Am I thinking of Storia? Sometimes I get them mixed up. Is Storia the one? It must have been Storia, right? My apologies. I see. Amy Lionheart looked pretty good. I watched her stream for a bit, and I was very impressed. I had never seen her actually, like, play Soul Calibur. I'd only ever seen her, you know, like, do VODs. Or do combos and stuff on Twitter. I had never actually seen her play matches. Or at least not since, like, the beta, you know? And I was quite impressed. I would definitely love to play against her. If we, share any of the same platforms, but I don't think we do. Because she's S rank on Xbox, right? And she's only on Xbox, I think. She needs to come to a tournament so we can play. I mean, I guess I also would need to come to a tournament for that to happen. Which is not something that's been happening lately. But hopefully, I'll be... Whoops. Hopefully I'll be back to attending tournaments somewhat frequently again. Starting in January, hopefully, with and then a Winter Brawl with February, and so on and so forth. I don't think she goes to many tournaments. I think she was at EVO. I don't know. I mean, she's really good, of course. Obviously. I've learned a lot from Amy Lionheart. I've stolen more than a few ideas from her Twitter page. Practice this a few times. Something that I think I could work on in this game is reacting to blocking someone's down one with grab, right? Just like wham, reversal throw. When did you resub? I think maybe you were gifted a sub. Yeah, the Tom Brady story is fantastic. I actually think that Tom Brady's experience last night might be the biggest FGC, or the biggest NRS blow-up of all time. I think Perfect Legend might finally not be, like, the most embarrassing story in Mortal Kombat history anymore. I think Tom Brady might have taken the spot. And again, it was getting bodied by Sonic Fox that did the trick. In fact, it was so bad. What I think really summarizes the severity of the problem, right? The ultimate symbolism right at the end was Perfect Legend gifting a sub to Sonic Box on Tom Brady's stream. They finally settled their differences and came together to make fun of Tom Brady together. After so many years, Perfect Legend and Sonic Fox have finally found themselves once again on the same side. It was precious. Is gaming beef like YouTube beef? I mean, in that it's kind of ridiculous and completely unimportant in the grand scheme of things, yes. However, I'm only human, and because of that, I still think it's really funny. I probably shouldn't be as interested as I am. I know it's just, you know, transient nonsense. But, you know. Hello, Plumpicator. Even I can only be so enlightened. So, sometimes even I have to laugh at stuff that's really dumb. And the Tom Brady thing was really, really dumb. So we're gonna talk about it today while we play some matches. Let's find someone on our friends list to play. From now on, I'm always gonna look at my friends list first. Devorable's online, but she's playing frickin' Rainbow Six, so that's not gonna help us. Yeah, Tom Brady had a 4.5 hour stream last night. I mean, I wouldn't say he explained. Oh, this person I ran into last night. They bodied me. They were playing Sindel. And yeah, we will discuss the Tom Brady situation. Just out of curiosity, how close can we be and punish Sindel's low shot with Blood Trap in this variation? Hey, Kooky. We're gonna talk about some more stuff tonight. It's gonna be... And, just so everyone knows, again, I recorded the whole VOD. So, in case it's, you know, missing for mysterious circumstances tomorrow, I've got it. Yeah, I saw that. Scarlet doesn't have much, though, unfortunately. What's the, Yeah, this... I think this is actually, like... See that? That's the... the ambulance on the way to pick Tom Brady up. Because... his stream chat reported a murder last night. He's gonna need some help. It was really bad. -8, huh? Interesting. But 21 frames of startup isn't that fast. Interesting. This might not be a bad idea. Did the stream get worse? Yes. It got worse and worse and worse. And even then, that's not like a terrible trade, is it? Okay, so it's like if you're close enough to far Blood Trap, if we happen to get to 20 viewers, will you just go ahead and discuss? 20 viewers? That seems a little ambitious for a late night MK11 stream. It's not like I'm trying to farm for views. I just don't want to have to keep starting over and over and over again. You know what I mean? I'm already at 15. Is that so? Huh. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. That's actually quite surprising. This might be worth. Because otherwise, projectile trading with Sindel is going to be obnoxious.
So basically, what I was thinking of was, oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
Thank you, the Grumps Jr. for following my stream. Yeah, the ice clone guy. He's gonna need an ice clone, honestly. If I were Tom Brady, I would drop an ice clone in front of my stream and take some time off. Teleport away for a couple weeks. Get some real use out of that ice clone for once. Here it is. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the amplified version is way more punishable. I see. Okay, so if she does the amplified version, then you can probably always punish it with Blood Trap. That's really interesting. Did you know it was minus 30 on block? He did delete his Twitter, yes. He did do that. Yeah, I think this might actually be a good pick against this variation of Sindel. Yes, Tom Brady deleted his Twitter account. Immediately after his stream. What happened? Alright, fine. Fine. We will talk about the Tom Brady thing. I guess there are enough people here that we can start talking about it. But again, if someone else shows up... If someone else shows up in like 20 minutes, then I'm not gonna rewind to the start. So don't come crying to me. Let's see. You need food for this too. Alright, Orlando will get some food for us. I'm sure it won't be popcorn, but it'll probably be close enough. And we can talk about it with, let's see. This will be good music, right? I think Karen would probably be interested in MGC drama, don't you think? He got backlash. Oh boy. He got a lot more than that. It's supposed to be Pokin' Tuesday. Damn! Combat League is over. I didn't even make it to God rank. This is my lowest placement yet. Yeah, it just got way worse. Remember that tweet? It's deleted now, of course, along with all of Tom Brady's other tweets. But remember yesterday we were talking about this, and we saw Mustard tweet at Tom Brady and say, like, because Tom Brady tweeted, like, there was no scam, I was on the plane, it was paid for, blah blah blah, right? And Mustard tweeted and said, what do you mean? Were you on the plane? What happened? Right? And Tom Brady just replied, yes. One single word, clearly not answering like 90% of Mustard's question. And yet, as it turns out, that one word was still enough to incriminate him. It was still too much. He still said too much with one single word. So let's talk about it. Let's start from the beginning. Okay? Tom Brady, for those who may not be aware, is a long-time Mortal Kombat community member, right? People know and love him. He's been around forever and ever. Many of his quotes have become legendary memes. Things like the ice clone doesn't work, and, you know, it's frustrating playing Sub-Zero. And in Mortal Kombat 11 especially, he has started to build himself a substantial following of people who really, really like him, right? Like, he makes videos talking about, you know, competitive strategies and character guides. He streams sometimes. And even though he has a reputation for being very nasty sometimes to his viewers and those that he plays against, there are still a lot of people that really love Tom Brady, right? Like, huge Tom Brady fans. And those people want to see him compete at more tournaments, since he's basically been to almost no tournaments since the release of MK11, right? So people who wanted to see him at events donated for him to attend NEC, which is a tournament that happened last weekend, right? They donated. The number that I've heard is approximately $600. Tom Brady claimed it was $500. I don't know if we should believe him. $600 or $500. It's a lot of money either way, right? That his supporters sent him because they wanted to see him at NEC. So, Tom Brady registered for the event. He was in the bracket.
Lost Hive of the Kite Team.
The weekend came and went. He didn't show up. He didn't play. He didn't commentate. No one saw him there. People were understandably confused, and a lot of people were upset. They had given him money. Some people had given him quite a lot of money, actually. Specifically because they wanted to see him compete, right? And he didn't. So people were accusing him of scamming them, right? Of stealing their money, of running off with it, which it certainly seemed like he had. And Tom Brady tweeted in response to these allegations that there was no scam, right? And the reason there was no scam was because people had paid for a plane ticket and a hotel room and all that stuff. And all of that stuff was paid for. He didn't pocket any of the money. All of it was paid for the things that they had donated for. He just didn't actually compete, which I feel like is definitely still a scam, even if that's true, right? But some people felt even that was not actually accurate, right? He was even lying about that. Yeah, like, what he's saying is, I went to NEC, I just didn't compete. You just paid for, like, a vacation. Which I think is kind of worse, right? So, there was a lot of controversy surrounding Tom, and he said, I will talk about it on stream and refund everyone who asks for a refund, you'll get a refund, and I'll talk about it on stream. Yeah, he was in the bracket. Some other people tweeted him asking him questions, which he was very evasive over, like I said. Mustard asked, like, what do you mean the flight was paid for? Were you on the plane? What happened? And Tom Brady just said yes, which, as we will get to, was already too much information for Tom to share. So the day passes. I'm up all day long, eagerly watching Twitch, as I'm sure everyone else is in the Mortal Kombat community, waiting for him. He doesn't stream until late at night. About 11 or 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And when he turns on his stream, what we're looking at is the PS4 menu in Mortal Kombat 11 in the process of being downloaded, right? Mortal Kombat 11 is being downloaded, and we're looking at the download menu. This is what the stream looks like basically all night. He doesn't have a face cam or anything. It's just him looking at the PS4 menu and talking, basically, with few exceptions, right? So the first thing he says on this stream is, I did not uninstall the game. For those of you who want to know. But the airline lost my bag. So I had to buy a new PS4. That was the first thing that he said. The game isn't too loud, by the way, is it? I had to buy a new PS4 because the airline lost my bag. And presumably also a new copy of Mortal Kombat 11 and whatever else. Perhaps, you know, he might have needed a new controller if that happened. So already, things aren't looking good for Tom. We're about 2 seconds into the stream. And, he's already, the first thing he says is, I just bought myself a new PS4 and a new copy of Mortal Kombat 11. Right? People are angry at Tom Brady because they're like, hey, we gave you all this money, what did you do with it? And he comes onto the stream, and the first thing he says is, sorry, I just bought a new console. So, really not, in my opinion, the best way to open your explanation / apology stream. But whatever. We'll get back to that later. For now, we're gonna move forward, right? So people start coming in. Of course, instantly the chat starts spamming, you know, like, refunds. What happened? Why weren't you at NEC? Give me my money back, etc., etc. Tom Brady waits a while. He says he's gonna wait for more people to show up, which is understandable. And then he begins. And how he begins is quite interesting. Because here's what he says. First of all, he explains why he wasn't at NEC. And his explanation is as follows. Oh god. He went to New Jersey. NEC was in Philadelphia. He went to New Jersey. The intention was for someone to pick him up from New Jersey and take him to NEC and back from NEC. However, the person that was meant to ferry him there didn't. Because there were a few different reasons given. But the general idea is he was counting on this person to take him from his house in New Jersey, where I guess his family lives, to the tournament. And that didn't happen. So he looked and saw that Uber rides from New Jersey to NEC were like $150. And he said that because he's been paying for school, he could not afford such a hefty price. So he didn't go to the tournament. Oh. You know, playing Combat League at the same time as trying to keep all this straight is probably going to be kind of tough. Oh, damn. That would have worked. What happened to the plane ticket? We'll get there. Go back to practice. That's probably a good idea. Just so that I can be sure to, you know, give this my full attention. So that was his explanation for why he wasn't at NEC. Because there was someone who was supposed to pick him up. They didn't pick him up. And he couldn't afford the Uber ride. already things are kind of suspicious, right? First of all, $600 is a lot of money. Second of all, if he couldn't afford the Uber ride because he was so broke, how come the first thing he said when he got back was, sorry, I just had to buy a new PS4? Right? Like, things are already deteriorating. But right after that, he moves swiftly on from that exclamation, because he starts apologizing for being ungrateful to his fans. Right? He starts saying, you know, I've always treated you guys so poorly. You guys are always so generous to me, and I've treated you like garbage. I'm never grateful. I always yell at my viewers. You deserve better than this. Etc., etc. Oh boy. Oh boy. What a mess. And I think this was his plan. I'm going to take a small break from explaining Tom Brady's actions and explain what I think his plan was. Right? I think his plan was he was going to go on stream. He was going to provide a very brief explanation of why he wasn't at NEC. Just some tiny little thing to shut people up. And then he was going to launch into a heartfelt apology about him not being generous enough and not being kind enough to his fans, right? So that people would be like, oh, see, Tom Brady does feel bad. Even though the thing that he's apologizing for has nothing to do with what people actually care about, right? What people care about is Tom Brady taking $600 from his fans, and, you know, no one knows what he did with it, but it's definitely not what they wanted him to do with it, right? But he thought, alright, I'm gonna go on stream, I'm gonna tell them I'm sorry, that I'm mean to them, I'm gonna tell them that I'm gonna do better moving forward. People are they're gonna eat it up, they're gonna be like, it's okay, we forgive you. And a couple people in his chat actually were like that. Already. A couple people in his chat were like, oh man, it's okay, Tom. I can't wait to see your journey improve, right? Etc., etc. But this was not a normal Tom Brady day. This was not Tom Brady talking to his normal viewers. This was Tom Brady talking to his normal viewers, plus about 600 extra Mortal Kombat players who were either angry, confused, or just there for the drama, right? So he did not get to just move on from this. If it had been a normal day, he would have just probably gotten away with this and moved on. I've heard that this is something that he's done before on 3 other separate occasions, which would explain why he seems to have such a plan in place, because he's already done this, right? But this time it didn't work. And not only were there a bunch of stream monsters in his chat, there were a lot of big names. Both other top MK players, like Combat, Deoxys, Rio was there. Rio was making fun of Tom Brady the entire time, which actually surprised me, because I thought they were friends. Like, they're always streaming together and stuff, but Rio was spamming the scam emote in Tom Brady's chat all night. I was like, damn, man, I didn't think it was like that. But Coach Steve was also there. Video Games Yo was there. Ultra David was there. Ultra David showed up. Yeah, Coach Steve was there getting increasingly angry as time went on. Coach Steve was getting more and more angry with Tom Brady as things progressed. So people kept asking for proof that Tom Brady was there. The receipts are what people kept demanding, right? Receipts of plane tickets, receipts of Uber rides. Like, prove to us that you were actually in New Jersey / Pennsylvania this weekend, right? That you actually paid for the thing that you said you were going to pay for. It still wouldn't make it okay, because what they wanted to see him was in the tournament, but at least prove to us that you were in the area, right? At least. And Tom Brady was like, okay, fine, I'll just take a screenshot, and then I'll post it. We'll get there. I'll post it, and that will exonerate me. What ensued was about an hour and a half of nothing. Nothing. But Tom Brady, with a blank screen, just the PS4 menu, in the background, typing and clicking on his computer. An hour and a half just to take a screenshot. That's not suspicious at all, is it? And he kept, every 10 minutes or so, he would just mumble something like, I was there, I tell you I was there. Or like, I'm just trying to cover up my credit card number or something. Meanwhile, Coach Steve is furious, right? And Coach Steve posts to his own Twitter his own Uber screenshots, and he's like, look, this took me like 2 seconds. It does not have my credit card information. This would be so easy for you to do if you were taking screenshots of Uber rides that existed. But they don't exist, do they, Tom? I think that is what he was doing. An hour and a half of just... like, what the hell are you doing? Finally, Tom Brady manages to summon some evidence for himself. 2 pieces of evidence that he was in New Jersey over the weekend, right? Which again, is not even what people were mad about in the first place. But this is what he is now trying to prove. The standards have lowered. We have gone from give us a reason why you weren't competing to give us a reason you were at NEC to give us a reason you were even anywhere near NEC sometime approaching the weekend, right? The standards have lowered and lowered. And finally, Tom Brady produces 2 pieces of evidence. Piece of evidence 1 is a Gmail confirmation email for a bus ride from Virginia, where he lives, to New Jersey. From like Wednesday to Monday, right? A Greyhound bus, a confirmation email from Wednesday to Monday. He brought this up on stream, and he lost his mind. He was like, aha! I was there! Ha ha! Apologize! Apologize right now! As if this confirmation email was ultimate proof that he had been right all along. He popped off harder than I had ever seen anyone pop off in my life. He lost his mind. And people in the chat who were supporters of his were like, oh, he got him, Tom Brady wins, right? It was incredible. After an hour and a half of build-up, this is what he had to show. A bus ride There were a couple problems with this, however. Although I think at the time people were too caught up in the excitement to notice. One, it wasn't an actual ticket. It was just a confirmation email, right? That he had, like, registered or booked a trip. It was not an actual bus ticket. Two, at the start, remember, he said he was flying there. Remember when I said that when Mustard asked him, were you on the plane, what happened? And Tom Brady just said yes. And that one word was enough to incriminate him. This is what I was talking about. Just the one word, were you on the plane? Yes. Already too much information. And three, if we go back to the very beginning of the stream, remember the very first thing that he said to us? I'm not reinstalling the game. I had to buy a new PS4 because the airline lost my luggage. It only gets worse from here. It only gets worse from here, so hang in there. This is just the beginning. So with all of this, Tom Brady pulls up a confirmation email for a bus ride to New Jersey, and he's like, I got you. This is it. But remember, I said he presented two pieces of evidence. The second piece of evidence was a screenshot of two Uber rides sent to Pig of the Hut, who posted them on his Twitter. And you can find the screenshots. Would anyone in the chat like to find that tweet that Pig of the Hut put up last night? Tom Brady did not post the screenshots himself on his stream. Instead, he DM'd them to Pig of the Hut, who uploaded them on Twitter, right? The screenshots were for two Uber receipts taken in New Jersey. One was the return trip on December 2nd, right? Monday, December 2nd. That day. And the other one was the trip there in New Jersey, an Uber ride in New Jersey, right? The ultimate proof of whatever. And this trip was dated Thursday, November 30th. Thursday, November 30th. 2019. If you would like to click the bottom right corner of your screen and pull up your calendar, you will very quickly see what the issue with this is. November 30th was Saturday. Thursday was Thanksgiving. Everybody knows that Thanksgiving falls on Thursday. But the receipt that he provided said Thursday, November 30th. Come on, man. I think Pig of the Hut's Twitter page is like, Bam Bam Guitar Man, if I'm not mistaken. Or just Bam Bam Guitar. There we go. If someone would like to go find it and post it in the chat so everyone can see the receipts that that were. Oh, did Coach Steve post them as well? Yeah. Yeah, that looks not suspicious at all, right? And from here, thank you, Jack. Yeah, look at these two screenshots. If you look at them, It's so obvious that they are fake, right? Like, the real one, the one on Monday, is Monday, comma, December 2nd. And the Thursday, November 30th one has no comma. Yeah, when he showed his email, there was an email confirmation of him buying Photoshop. It gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse. So at this point, Tom Brady is really struggling on his stream. Things are quickly deteriorating. The chat very quickly picks up on the fact that Thursday, November 30th doesn't exist. And they keep asking him about it, and he keeps avoiding. He will not answer that question. And people are demanding answers. Coach Steve is asking for Tom Brady to call him on Discord. Everyone is also in the chat spamming, call Coach Steve, call Coach Steve. Tom Brady was like, fine, I'll call Coach Steve. Everyone is spamming, like, you know, Coach Steve's Discord is like, hashtag 1482 or whatever. 1482, 1482. And Tom Brady's like, fine, I'll call Coach Steve. What's his tag? And he's like, it's one... I can't read it. The chat's moving too fast. I can't even read it. The chat's moving too fast. And so that buys him another 20 minutes or so.
Oh,
hey, thanks for following my stream.
You've done this.
Welcome. The chat is moving too fast. Surviving Tom Brady. What a name. That is what we're all doing here. Eventually, he does call Coach Steve. It does happen eventually. After much deliberation, the call does take place live on Tom Brady's stream. And Coach Steve says, Tom, I just have one question for you. I have you muted because I don't care about what you have to say. All I want to know is, where were you on Thursday, November 30th? Where were you on Thursday, November 30th? Coach Steve pops off, yells at him, says, don't ever show your face around me again, you scum, and hangs up the Discord call. That's it. It's a very short call. It's about 30 seconds. Okay? Is there a VOD of this? Yes. Or there was. I have a feeling it will be deleted soon, but I recorded it all last night, so I have it. It will not be lost to time, don't worry. Tom Brady hears that, hangs up the phone, says, man, and then goes back to, look, the important thing is I was there. Once again, refuses to acknowledge the question. He just doesn't address it at all. And this leads into another, like, hour of people demanding answers and him just not wanting... Like, it's like he has a script in his head. Remember what we talked about? That he had a plan. He was going to come on stream, apologize for being ungrateful, and just, like, move on with his life, right? And he keeps desperately trying to return to that script. Desperately trying to return to that script. He keeps being like, I mean, I was there, but, you know, look, NEC, I've messed up. NEC is the least of my problems. And everyone is like, no! NEC is the most of your problems. That is what we're talking about right now. Yeah, it gets way better. Just wait. Or it gets worse, I guess you could say. And then, as if things could not get any worse for Tom Brady tonight, Sonic Fox appears in the stream chat and is just like, Tom, what did you do? And that is when you knew that it was over. Sonic Fox is very kind. We all know this. We all know that Sonic Fox is a wonderful human being. And a pure soul. But if there is one thing that Sonic Fox loves more than anything else, it's bodying people. Outplaying people and destroying them when they see the opportunity. And Sonic Fox saw easy money. Blood in the water. Right? From this point, Ultra David was in the chat at this point. Video Games Yo was trying so hard to be on Tom Brady's side. Video Games Yo was being so kind and patient. He was just being like, Tom, call me. We can work this out. Just let me help you. Don't make it worse for yourself. We just want to understand. Video Games Yo was trying to carry Tom Brady harder than like GT Goku as an anchor in Dragon Ball FighterZ. He was really trying to help, but Tom was refusing this help at every turn. And then the call starts. Sonic Fox says, call me on Discord and we'll work this out. Now, if you were Tom Brady, what would you do in this situation? What would you do in this situation? Would you call Sonic Fox on Discord live? At this point, there were like 1,200 people watching this stream. Yeah, I would have dropped an ice clone and gotten out of there instantly. Instantly. I would have pulled the plug. This is the one time in your life where you really need the ice clone to function properly. Tom Brady was not interested in talking to Sonic Fox, but the crowd insisted. So for some reason, eventually, after many minutes of begging and pleading, Tom Brady accepted the call. Accepted the call from Sonic Fox on Discord, which was just, of all of the terrible ideas, the worst idea. The worst idea that you could possibly have undertaken at that time. Tom Brady gets on, talking with Sonic Fox. The stream is live. Over 1,200 people are watching. 1,300 at this point. And Sonic Fox says, alright, I just have a couple questions for you. And you knew it was over. You knew it was over right then and there. The worst person to talk to at this time. So the first thing Sonic Fox did was point out to people that his shining example of proof, the bus email, was not actually a ticket. Right? It was an email confirming that Tom Brady had arranged to obtain a ticket, but it was not a ticket in itself. And Tom Brady kept trying so hard to swerve the conversation here and there and everywhere. Tom Brady was like, look, can I just ask you this? And Sonic Fox just kept being like, no, you cannot ask me this. I am asking the questions. We're not going to talk about me. We're going to talk about you. And you could tell that Sonic Fox was having way too much fun, right? Sonic Fox was having way too much fun. The chat was going nuts. They were like, Sonic Fox is such a genius. Honestly, I don't think it was that impressive what Sonic Fox did. Like, because if you've been listening to the story up until now, you know that Tom Brady was already, like, screwed 1,000 different ways, you know? It's not like Sonic Fox needed to put together an all-star Phoenix Wright case to prove that he was lying to everyone about everything. You know what I mean? But the execution was hilarious, right? The presentation is what really made it. You know what I mean? The bait? I mean, alright, let's talk about the bait. So Tom Brady is like, alright, whatever. He is clearly crumbling before Sonic Fox's will. And Sonic Fox is like, okay, so that bus ticket is a complete lie. We don't care about it, but whatever. We're not going to talk about it. I don't care about that anymore. Let's move on. And Tom Brady, clearly very interested in moving on, was like, yes, please, let's move on to something else. And that was his second biggest mistake, because what Sonic Fox moved on to was the Uber receipts. Sonic Fox started by saying, okay, so these Uber receipts that you have sent to Big of the Hut that he has uploaded say that you were in New Jersey on November 28th, Thursday. Yeah, November 30th, Thursday. And Tom Brady was like, I was there all week. And Sonic Fox was like, okay, so you were there Thursday, November 30th. And Tom Brady was like, I was there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Sonic Fox was like, whatever. I don't care. And of course, this whole time, between every sentence, Tom Brady is trying to be like, okay, but can we just talk about, can I just ask you, can I just say? And Sonic Fox just kept being like, no, we cannot. Don't try to distract me. Don't try to lead me astray. Sonic Fox clearly has some experience with being deceptive. And Tom Brady is pretty good at it, right? To Tom Brady's credit, he's doing a pretty good job of trying to change the subject, you know, reframe the argument, just talk about anything else. But Sonic Fox is obviously someone who has had more than a little bit of experience in being deceptive. I bet Sonic Fox was the kind of person who would lie to his parents all the time about where they were at night when they were in high school, right? That's my guess. My guess is that Sonic Fox used to stay up way too late playing video games. And when their parents asked them the next morning, like, hey, why did I hear you walking around at 4 a.m.? Sonic Fox would always find a way to change the subject. That's my guess. I bet that that's what Sonic Fox's childhood was. The difference is, Tom Brady is like 45 years old. So it's a little bit less impressive when he does it, right? But regardless, Sonic Fox obviously knows exactly what Tom Brady is attempting to do. Does not let him do it at all. And asked him, November 30th, Thursday. Tom Brady's eventually just like, yes, sure. Sonic Fox says, would you, for us, go back to that Gmail page? And Tom Brady eventually does so. You can hear in his voice that he can tell that whatever is coming next, he's not gonna like it. I don't know if Tom Brady already knew at this point what Sonic Fox was getting at, or if he still didn't quite understand the problem. But you could tell that Tom Brady was like, something very bad is about to happen to me. But I'm stuck. There's no way out. This is an unblockable setup at this point. I have 1 HP and no defensive bar, and Sonic Fox is about to hit me with a 100 chip damage Oki attack. That I'm just gonna have to stand up and get hit by. So, Tom Brady goes to the Gmail page, and Sonic Fox says, alright, can you open a new tab in Gmail, in Google Chrome? A very simple request. Tom Brady does so. Sonic Fox says, can you please Google November 2019 calendar? Tom Brady does so. Sonic Fox says, can you click on any one of those pictures? Any one of them will do. Tom Brady does. And Sonic Fox says, now, can you look at this calendar and tell me what the issue is with you giving us a receipt of Thursday, November 30th. And Tom Brady's like, look, here's what I'll say. And Sonic Fox was like, no! You will say nothing! You will say nothing. Sonic Fox does not let Tom Brady get in a single word. And Sonic Fox moves on to their third and final point of order, which I assume would have been the plane thing that we talked about earlier, right? That he said he was on a plane and then he showed a bus ticket. I assume that that is what Sonic Fox would have talked about, finally. Except Tom Brady cut him off and ended the call before he could get that far. Because Tom Brady kept being like, no, I want to say something. And Sonic Fox was like, no, you will not say something. You're going to listen and answer these questions. And so Tom Brady just ended the Discord call. And was like, fine, I'll talk. And that was the end of Sonic Fox executing Tom Brady live on stream. So Tom Brady ends the Discord call with Sonic Fox. Thoroughly defeated. And what is the first thing he says? It does get better. Look, I just want you guys to know that I am sorry for how much I mistreated you. What? Dude! Actually, I forgot. Before he could even get the chance to say that, he hung up on Sonic Fox. There were about 60 seconds of dead silence, where Tom Brady was just sitting in silence. And remember, this whole time, we've been looking at the PlayStation 4 main menu. And a message pops up in the corner. Because apparently Tom Brady never disabled his messages. And it's a message from Buffalo, the other Sub-Zero player, who always trolls Tom Brady. A message from Buffalo. And it just says, damn, you just got fucked, dude. Oh my god. It was beautiful. And of course, after that, everyone started spamming Tom Brady with messages. His stream basically turned into a chat forum. For the last, like, half hour of the stream, was just constantly people typing messages to each other. Like a chat room on his stream. Yeah, someone made a new PS4 account called Tom Please Refund Me, and they kept sending them invitations over and over and over again. And then Tom Brady explained himself after trying and failing once again to get back on his original message. He said, alright, look, here's what happened. I had the return trip in my email, but somehow I didn't have the arrival trip Uber trip. And I thought, man, just for this one thing, they're gonna kill me. So I changed the date. Couple things. One, no, you didn't clear out your email because you showed us your email and we saw that it wasn't cleared out. Two, even if you had, why would you have one but not the other? Three, even if you did clear out one and not the other, Uber receipts are not tied to your email account. You cannot delete your Uber receipts by putting an email in the trash. And four, even if all of that was true, there are about 7,000 other things that people are gonna kill you for, Thomas. This is not the one thing. Oh, I remember when he was talking to Sonic Fox and just like sweating his eyes out. Rio posted in the chat like, just stall for 28 more minutes, Chronica's almost done. Just hang in there, Tom. Chronic is almost done. Oh man. And then he just said a couple more things. This was almost at the end of the stream. And then he just threw in a couple more things to make matters worse. He went back to his message after all of this, as if the last 4 hours hadn't happened. He just went back to being like, but anyway, I'm sorry for being toxic. I'm sorry for not being at NEC. I messed up. It's true. I admit it. I have no excuse. When that is not at all what people were talking about, right? And the entire time, you know, his notifications are going wild. Buffalo invited him to PS4 Minecraft. That was pretty funny. Buffalo sent him a game invite to Minecraft PS4 edition. Which is honestly what he might have to switch to after this. And to that, Tom Brady responded, Buffalo, I am still the greatest goddamn Sub-Zero player of all time. And until you smell a top 8, you will always be in my shadow. Those were his exact words. I don't know if now was the perfect time to make a boast about your Sub-Zero skills. But, this was the time that he chose to declare himself the greatest Sub-Zero of all time. And the other thing he said was, so at this point, Coach Steve is livid and has been ranting on his own Twitter as well as in Tom Brady's chat. You know, Tom, you're disgusting, you're scum, never show your face around me again, etc., etc., etc. I'll punch you if I see you at LCQ. And Tom and people in the chat were saying Coach Steve wants the smoke. Coach Steve wants the smoke, Tom, right? To which Tom Brady responded, he don't want no smoke. Cause I'm a real one. These guns ain't for show. These guns ain't for show. Tom Brady, 2019. To which Coach Steve just said, you know, this is where I work. On these days I'm here. On these days I'm here. Feel free to show up anytime. But if I were you, I wouldn't. I don't know if you guys have ever met Coach Steve in real life. But Tom Brady would not win in a fist fight against him. At all. Forget about the ice clone. His legs would not work properly after that exchange. It would be quick. Yeah, his beard is all he would need. That is correct. The stream came to an end after Tom Brady said, "I'll try to be better in the future, whatever." He deleted his Twitter account, and everyone just kind of stood around in awe about what they had just witnessed. And I thought, I have to save this because it's going to be gone by the morning. This VOD is going to be out of here by the time I wake up. So I left OBS open and clicked start recording and went to bed. I slept in pretty late, so I have 11 and a half hours of Tom Brady VODs on my computer now. But 4.5 of those are last night's stream. So we will never lose it. And that was Tom Brady's apology and explanation stream. Yeah, who knew? Guilty Gear Strive, the theme song, it was about Tom Brady the whole time. Never would have guessed. Tell me what happened this morning, Leaford, because I've been sleeping all day. So I guess we can move on to day 2.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers.
No. Tell me. This morning Rio came out and said he got scammed by Tom Brady too? Really? How? Much less Steve Sonic could probably knock Tom's block off. That is true. I agree. Yeah, 4.5 hours, 0 questions answered. Rio restreamed the VOD? How kind of him. After the VOD, Rio said, "I'm disappointed but not surprised. Let me tell you guys a story." And that's when he said, when they had the Tom Brady versus Rio Twitch channel, Tom Brady pocketed all the money. Donations, subs, everything. And he would tell Rio that he didn't know if they were making money and blamed Twitch for not sending the money. And it took Rio to talk to Art during a tournament to realize, damn, Brady is scamming. I believe Aquaman also tweeted, I saw Aquaman tweet this afternoon that Tom Brady had once asked him to send him GPS confirmation to prove that he was at a tournament that he wasn't actually at. I think he said it was EVO this year, right? Because EVO was also a tournament that he said he was going to be there, and he wasn't there. Aquaman said that Tom Brady had sent him a message asking him, like, sending a screenshot of a GPS location at EVO and sending it to Tom so that he could then send that screenshot to other people as quote-unquote proof that he was there. You know, That actually, because Tom Brady, during his stream last night, was insisting over and over and over again. I was there because I sent Pick of the Hut a GPS location proving that I was in New Jersey. He repeated that like 1,000 times. And it makes me wonder, did he just get that from somebody else? If this is like a known strategy of his, and he was so insistent on bringing this up over and over again, he probably just got that from somebody else, didn't he? He used Google Maps. Let's see, what else did Rio say? Tom Brady pocketed 1K from his stream to go to the MK11 reveal and didn't show up. And he blamed it on the government shutdown that happened earlier this year. And said he didn't get paid because of the government shutdown, so he just took the 1K and dipped instead of going to the reveal. Damn. This is the Tom Brady Me Too movement, huh? Raise your hand if you have felt personally victimized by MK Tom Brady. Wow. That's wild. So what do we do from here? Yeah, I agree. How did we let things get to this point? I mean, I'm new to this whole scene, but like, G's theme is incredible. It doesn't fit the character very well, but it's really good. Yeah, if everyone has known, I didn't think it was like that, you know? If this is something that everyone's known, then how have we just been giving him a pass all this time? Is it just because he's been around forever? So people just let him stick around because he's a, you know, a veteran? Well, I mean, surely this is it, right? I'm sure that some people will still support him, but I think Tom Brady has officially achieved, like, low-tier god Wings of Redemption status. You know? Yeah, like, I'm sure that some people will still like him, but I don't think that he will ever have, like, the respect of people again. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. There are just beasts, horrible beasts afoot. Well, Orlando gets pretty mad at this one sometimes, so maybe you can have this one. if she's willing to give it away. His kids are ice clones. That would explain why they don't work right. Man. What a day, huh? It's times like these when I, as a content creator, am super glad that I am not a terrible person. Since you're in training mode, what's the point of blood explosion? I can show you. Sorry, we haven't really been focused on the game very much for the last hour or so. I'm not perfect. And I have made mistakes in my life. But I'm quite pleased that I'm pretty sure I haven't done anything that's gonna, you know, result in this. I hope not. That's what we can do. You guys keep wanting Pokin' Tuesday? We'll schedule it for the 30th of November. That'll be the first episode. A yes emote? What would that even look like? Like, specifically referring to Tom Brady's yes? Like, how would we make it, you know, something that has to do with just the word yes? Why wouldn't you just type the word yes? Why does that need to be an emote? Sub-Zero with a yes speech box? It might be kind of hard to do that as a Twitch emote that's readable. Yes with the ice font. I cannot believe that Tom Brady's email has him buying Photoshop live on stream. That is hilarious. I didn't know about that. That was the funniest part for me, I think. What a hero. He bought it with the chat's money. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but Photoshop is actually really expensive. Can you look it up? How expensive is Photoshop to buy right now? It is not like $5. It's quite a bit of money. $60 a month. How much is it to like... Oh, now they've changed it to just being a subscription? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember it used to be just a bunch of money that's a one-time purchase. Thanks, artists. 21 for the basic plan. Do you think he got the basic plan? I have to wonder, like, what was he... Like, was he actually watching Photoshop tutorials? Do you think he was actually watching Photoshop tutorials on stream? I bet he was. I bet he was. What if he forgot? I'm honestly surprised that he didn't manage to mess that up and forget to mute the audio of the video for the stream. Can you imagine watching the Tom Brady stream while he was trying to quote-unquote screenshot the receipts and hearing like, "Hey guys, welcome back to another Photoshop tutorial. Today we're gonna learn how to replace text with dates that don't exist." Like, if you look at the screenshots, it's so obvious that it's not real. Exactly. And after all of that, he couldn't even get the date right. How did... What a moron. God damn. Alright, alright. I guess we can try to move on to actually playing the game now. Yeah, that was like an hour and a half. Oh yeah, the explosion move. That was an hour and a half talking about Tom Brady. Here's what you can do with this move. In the corner, you can do combos like this. See? Or this. Or other stuff. That's pretty hard. It gives Ivy her highest damage combo, which is this. Or Scarlet, not Ivy. This guy is the highest damage corner combo that she has in this variation. It's pretty situational. It also probably has some other uses that I have not yet uncovered. This combo exists, but it's really hard. Skyvy. I do kind of hope that I end up enjoying the Whip character in Grand Blue. Wouldn't it be so cool if we had the thematic consistency between all 3 games? We had Whip Ladies in Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, and Grand Blue. That game is approaching very quickly, if you didn't know, by the way. It's only 2 months now. That is correct. But yeah, that was Tom Brady. I wonder what his stream was like. I'm sure that his stream was just him ignoring everyone in the chat, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, it's funny, but I'm not gonna, like, look at it again unless something else happens, you know?
Jax, Scarlet, Wuxi Dragon Grotto.
Because I feel like it's just gonna be the same thing every time. People are gonna be like, lol, November 30th. And he's just gonna be like, so anyway, Cetrion is broken. Right? Just like his contemporaries, Low Tier God and Wings of Redemption. You're welcome, Ronan. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I stayed up all night watching this thing. Specifically because I had a strong feeling that a lot of people were going to want to know about what happened. I even subscribed to Tom Brady because the VOD was sub only. So I even gave him my my $250. $2.50. That's how much I care. Oh no. That's how much I care about my chat room. Yeah, I think that Tom Brady is definitely in low tier god status now. People will still watch him, and they will still donate to his stream. They will still support his stream.
Fight.
They will still subscribe. But he will never again have the respect of the fighting game community. It was a sacrifice I was willing to make. No respectable player will ever play with him. You know what I mean? His days of playing with, you know, Dragon and Ninja Killer are over, I'm sure. If he shows up to a tournament, he will be ridiculed constantly. And all of the people who looked up to him and who are not, you know, drones will be very disappointed and will no longer do so. So yes, it's true that, you know, his career is not 100% over. But I think that what Tom Brady will suffer now is a fate worse than death. What a sad end for a legendary Mortal Kombat hero. What did Tom do? Oh boy. That is a good question. Should I put all of this on my YouTube channel? That whole situation? You think this is worth? In short, would anyone like to make an attempt? guess so.
Fight.
That's actually not real stagger pressure, I forgot. You can interrupt that, or delay jab it. Ah, too early. Really? Did it live up to expectations? It did? Perfect. Also, I think I was successfully able to fix the issue. I don't think we dropped any frames during that whole conversation, did we? So that little tinkering on my part was a success. November 30th, Thursday. You know what I think happened? I've been thinking about it. It's legally the next day might just become the next Tom Brady meme. I actually do have a theory about what actually happened for Tom Brady. Because he does have family in New Jersey. And it was Thanksgiving weekend, right? And the bus email he showed, while not a ticket, I'm willing to believe that it was a real ticket, right? So here is what I think happened. I think Tom Brady did go to New Jersey. And he went to New Jersey with a bus. And he just stayed the whole time with his family. And then he went home. And either he decided when he was there that he wasn't going to go to NEC, or he planned in advance, I'm just gonna tell them I was there. And they'll believe me. Right? I don't know if if this was a scheme, because something that I don't think people noticed that I am pretty sure I saw was the email that he showed of his bus ticket was dated November 2nd. And what that means is he bought the bus ticket like a month in advance, right? So he always knew that he was going to be going to New Jersey with a bus.
That world has got nothing.
He always knew that. The entirety of November, while people were donating to his stream, he knew that he was not going to be taking a plane. So the question is, was his plan to take a bus and then just save some money? Or was his plan completely deceptive? And he never intended to go to NEC at all. You know? But I think he was there. He did take a bus. Because the thing is, when people lie like this, usually their lies contain a little bit of truth in them. You know what I mean? And they try to hang on to that little piece of truth and support all of their lies with the one thing that isn't a lie. So I think he did go to New Jersey the weekend, but he did not use the chat's money for it. He did not take a plane. It's possible that he never intended to take a plane. and that it was a scam from the start. What I also don't know is what's up with the PS4 thing. That got like 100% brushed over, right? The whole thing where he said he had to buy a new PS4. Because that was obviously a lie. Or at least his reasoning was a lie. Because he wasn't at the airport. Because he wasn't on a plane. So there was no airline to lose his bag. So... like... yeah, that's the thing. He said that he didn't go to NEC because the Uber rides were too expensive. And then the first thing he did when he got home, according to him, was spend like $400 on a PS4 and a new copy of Mortal Kombat 11. So, you know. That's what I don't understand. Is it possible? It is a little bit sad, yeah. When you think about like that what he did was actually like really scummy, it stops being quite as entertaining. And starts being kind of upsetting.